Venus is one of the most beautiful objects in our sky. From Earth, it shines brighter than any star. For thousands of years, people looked at it and saw something almost peaceful. A bright, glowing world close to our own planet, wrapped in golden clouds. At first, Venus looks like paradise. It is almost the same size as Earth. It is made of rock. It is close to the sun, but not too far away to imagine that something interesting could exist there. But this beautiful planet is hiding something terrifying. Because under those bright clouds, Venus is not a paradise. It is one of the most extreme and dangerous worlds in the entire solar system. A planet where the sky is toxic, the pressure is crushing, and the heat is strong enough to destroy almost anything that tries to land there. This is Venus, Earth's sister planet that became hell.
Venus is often called Earth's sister. And at first, that name makes sense. Venus is only slightly smaller than Earth. It has a solid surface, mountains, plains, volcanoes, and a thick atmosphere. It orbits the same sun. And compared to the giant gas planets, Venus and Earth look like members of the same family. If you only looked at the basic numbers, you might think Venus could be another version of our world. Another rocky planet. Another place where oceans might have existed. Another planet that could have followed a path similar to Earth. But planets are not defined only by their size. They are defined by their atmosphere, by their temperature, by the way they hold energy, by the way they change over time. And Venus shows us something important. Two planets can start with some similarities and still end up with completely different destinies. From far away, Venus looks calm. Its surface is completely hidden beneath thick clouds. There are no blue oceans visible, no green continents, no white storms like on Earth. Only a smooth, bright layer of clouds covering the entire planet. That is what makes Venus so mysterious. For a long time, people could not see what was underneath. Some imagined jungles, some imagined oceans, some imagined a warm tropical world hidden beneath the clouds. And it is easy to understand why. When you look at Venus from space, it does not look violent, it does not look dead. It looks soft, bright, and almost peaceful. But that peaceful look is an illusion. The clouds of Venus are not made of harmless water vapor like clouds on Earth. They are made mostly of sulfuric acid droplets. And beneath them is a world that no human could survive. If you could descend into the atmosphere of Venus, the first thing you would notice is not the surface. It would be the sky. The atmosphere is incredibly thick. It is mostly carbon dioxide, with clouds of sulfuric acid high above the planet. As you fall deeper, the light becomes strange. The sun becomes blurred. The clouds block the view. The air becomes heavier and heavier. And long before you ever reach the ground, the planet would already be attacking you. The pressure would increase. The temperature would rise. The atmosphere would no longer feel like air. It would feel more like a crushing ocean of gas. On Earth, we live at the bottom of a thin atmosphere. On Venus, the atmosphere is so massive that standing on the surface would be like being deep underwater. Except the ocean is not made of water. It is made of hot, dense carbon dioxide. The surface of Venus is unbelievably hot. The average temperature is around 465 degrees Celsius. That is hotter than Mercury, even though Mercury is closer to the sun. On Venus, lead would melt. Electronics would fail quickly. A human-made spacecraft would have only a short time before the heat and pressure destroyed it. And this heat is not just on the day side. Venus rotates very slowly, but its thick atmosphere spreads heat around the entire planet. So there is no cool side, no safe night, no place where the temperature becomes comfortable. The whole surface is trapped in a permanent oven. This is one of the most important differences between Venus and Earth. Earth has a greenhouse effect too. It helps keep our planet warm enough for life. But on Venus, the greenhouse effect became extreme. The atmosphere trapped so much heat that the planet turned into a furnace. To understand Venus, you have to understand the greenhouse effect. Sunlight reaches the planet. Some of that energy is absorbed by the surface. The surface warms up and tries to release heat back into space. On Earth, part of that heat escapes. Part of it stays, keeping the planet warm. But on Venus, the atmosphere is so thick and rich in carbon dioxide that heat has a very hard time escaping. The planet keeps absorbing energy. The surface stays extremely hot, and the atmosphere acts like a giant thermal blanket wrapped around the entire world. This does not mean Venus and Earth are the same, but Venus is a powerful reminder that an atmosphere can completely change a planet. A world can look beautiful from space while being deadly underneath. Venus is not just hot because it is close to the sun. It is hot because its atmosphere traps heat with terrifying efficiency. The surface of Venus is not empty. It has mountains, huge plains, impact craters, and many volcanic features. In fact, Venus may be one of the most volcanic worlds in the solar system. Its surface tells the story of a planet that has been shaped by heat from the inside and pressure from the outside. There are enormous lava plains. There are strange circular structures. There are mountains that rise above the surrounding land. But unlike Earth, Venus does not have oceans. It does not have forests. It does not have a surface that changes through rain, rivers, and life. Instead, Venus is dry, hot, and hostile. It is a rocky world buried beneath an atmosphere so thick that the surface feels almost separated from the rest of the solar system. When you look at Venus, you are looking at a planet that is close to us, but almost impossible for us to touch. This is why Venus is so fascinating. It is not a random frozen moon far away from the sun. It is not a gas giant with no solid surface. It is not a tiny asteroid drifting in space. Venus is a rocky planet. It is close to Earth in size. It formed in the same solar system. It receives energy from the same sun. And yet, its story became completely different. Earth became a world of oceans, clouds, continents, and life. Venus became a world of acid clouds, crushing pressure, and extreme heat. That difference makes Venus one of the most important planets for us to study. Because by understanding Venus, we are not only learning about another world, we are also learning about Earth. We are learning how delicate a planet's balance can be. We are learning how atmosphere, heat, and time can decide the fate of an entire world. One of the biggest questions about Venus is this: was it always this way? Some scientists think Venus may have been very different in the distant past. Maybe it had milder temperatures. Maybe it had water. Maybe, for a time, it was not the hellish planet we see today. We do not know the full answer yet, but the possibility is powerful.
because it means Venus may not simply be a planet that was born dead, it may be a planet that changed. A world that could have had a very different future, but lost it. And that makes Venus feel even more mysterious. When we look at it, we are not just seeing a dangerous planet. We may be seeing a warning. A reminder that planets can transform, that a world can become unrecognizable over time, and that beauty from far away does not always mean safety up close. Venus is also strange because of the way it moves. It rotates extremely slowly. A day on Venus is longer than its year, and it rotates in the opposite direction compared to most planets. If you could stand on Venus and somehow survive, the sun would rise in the west and set in the east. But of course, you would not see a blue sky. You would not feel a breeze like on Earth. You would not see oceans or stars above you. You would be standing under a thick, toxic atmosphere on a surface hot enough to destroy you. Venus is full of these contradictions. It is beautiful but deadly. It is close but unreachable. It is similar to Earth but completely alien. That is why Venus is not just another planet. It is one of the strangest worlds we know.
When we study Venus, we are also studying the future and the past of rocky planets. We are asking what makes a planet habitable. Is it distance from the sun? Is it water? Is it atmosphere? Is it the planet's history? The answer is probably all of these things together. Earth is not safe because it is magical. Earth is safe because many conditions work together in balance. Venus shows us what can happen when that balance is lost. It shows us that a planet can be close to Earth in size, close to Earth in location, and still become completely hostile. And that is what makes Venus so important. It is not just a beautiful light in the evening sky. It is a natural laboratory. A real planet that teaches us how worlds live, change, and sometimes die. Venus looks peaceful from far away. A bright world wrapped in golden clouds. A planet so beautiful that it almost invites curiosity. But beneath that beauty is one of the harshest environments in the solar system. A surface hotter than an oven. An atmosphere heavier than almost anything we experience on Earth. Clouds made of acid. A sky that hides the planet's true face. Venus is a reminder that space can be beautiful and terrifying at the same time. It is Earth's sister, but it is also a warning. A warning that planets have histories, that atmospheres matter, that small differences can lead to massive consequences. And maybe that is why Venus is so unforgettable. Because when we look at it, we are not only looking at another planet, we are looking at a version of what a world can become when paradise turns into hell.